Yo, what's going on, guys? It is your boy Video back on the Madden 18, and today we're going to be showing you guys a very simple blitz in the 3-4 even. Now, I'm going to be doing this in the Ravens playbook. I'm going to be coming out in the Will Fire 3 scheme. So once again, this is the Ravens defensive playbook, the Will Fire 3 in the 3-4 even. We're just going to go ahead and start off with the most basic setup for beginners, and then as we go through, we'll progress into a more difficult way of setting up. It's going to make it a little bit more consistent. So the first thing that we want to do is baseline hitting Y or triangle, and then a right on the D-pad. So we can base align our defense, set them where they should be. You know, this is your base aligned defense. And then what we want to do is just go ahead and pinch our defensive line by hitting left on the D-pad and then down on the D-pad, and that's going to go ahead and pinch your defensive line. Lastly, what we want to do as far as adjustments moving our defense is we're going to pinch our linebackers by hitting right on the D-pad and then down on the D-pad, and that's going to go ahead and pinch our linebackers. And then what I would say to make it a little bit more consistent is just pinch your defensive line by hitting left on the D-pad and then down on the D-pad, and that's what the defense is going to look like. Usually this guy shifts over just a tad bit more, hopefully he comes in, but that is what it looks like. And this, like I said, is the simplest way of setting it in. It's less consistent like this, but it still will come. You guys can see BGAP comes screaming in. So we're gonna go ahead and show you guys again a little bit quicker this time. We're going to baseline your wire triangle right on the D-pad, pinch your defensive line by hitting left on the D-pad and then down on the D-pad, pinch your linebackers by hitting right on the D-pad and then down on the D-pad. Once again, this is what the coverage is going to look like, just like this. Get your defense to look exactly like mine. Now what you guys are going to see is whenever I snap the ball, you guys are going to see that the BGAP is going to come looping right in. So there are definitely ways to make this more consistent. We're going to go ahead and go over that right now. So first off, what we want to do is the same exact thing that we were doing before. Base align and pinch your defensive line, pinch your linebackers, and you know, set up basically the same way. But what we could do to make it a little bit quicker is go ahead and take this guy trip and just move him in just a step. You guys can see what I like to do is move his right foot. You guys can see his right foot over the lineman's left foot, and it'll still come in this way. It just makes it a little bit quicker. So a little bit less consistent like this, but you guys are going to see. Now I would suggest holding down LT over this number 70 just for a second, and it's going to make it come in. You guys can see right there it gets picked up, but I'm going to show you guys how you can make it come in consistently like that, and it's going to come in a little bit quicker when you do it that way. What we want to do is base align and pinch, do the same exact setup as before. It's going to look just like this. Like I said, go ahead and move that guy down there, and then what we could do is just bluff blitz this guy by hitting A on him, then hitting right on the right stick. And with that bluff blitz is going to make it a lot more consistent whenever we move him over that B gap that we want him to in. Don't forget to crash middle. Go ahead and hover right here, hold the LT button. You guys are going to see it's going to come in a lot quicker. I guess it's not really a lot quicker, it's a step quicker than normal. So it's basically fractions of seconds that we're dealing with here, but whatever is going to make the blitz come in a little bit quicker is good for me. So you guys can see when we snap the ball here, it's going to come screaming in over there on the left B gap. Alternatively, if you guys would like to, you can definitely QB contain if you're tired of them. If you're tired of them scrambling outside on you, you can for sure QB contain, and you shouldn't have any issues with it. I accidentally. Okay, you guys can QB contain, and that should stop any sort of quarterback runs. And you guys can see blitz is still going to come in. I think it honestly may come in a little bit quicker. I notice it's a little bit less consistent whenever I QB contain online. But that just could be that might not be serious. That just might be on me. You know, you never really know, especially in practice mode. As to online, or even if the kid is IDing the mic. All I noticed is the blitz comes in a little bit less when I QB contain, but you guys can see right here, this is the third time I sent it, and 3 times in a row it comes in. That time it actually gets nano detected because it came in too quick. You guys can see once again 3 times in a row it's going to come in. This time it actually gets nano detected, which I've seen very few times this year, but you guys can see it does get nano detected. That just shows how fast this blitz actually comes in. So really it's about finding a blitz that's fast but not too fast to where it's going to get nano detected. Which is rather unfortunate if you find a really nice place that gets nano detected, which is issues I've been having lately. But that's pretty much all there is for this video. It's just a quick, nice little B gap you guys can send in every once in a while. Obviously, this shouldn't be your every down play. Don't just blitz every single down, whatever. There's going to be openings. Not everyone is going to be covered. It's a fucking blitz. Don't troll me in the comments like that, because I've had enough of that. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, definitely give a like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. It's going to be down in the description below as always.